Prophet, along with my co-host Big Country.
What's good, people?
What it do? So, did you hear 21 Savage say that Nas is not relevant?
Well, I just now heard it because, don't get me wrong, I listen to some things 21 Savage does because he's a cool artist.
Yeah.
But when he says Nas isn't relevant, my question is, why wouldn't he be relevant? Like, most of the things he's talked about has went from, like, all different walks of life, from being on the street to growing up in the street to living life now to trying to make it out of bad situations to where you are now in life. And from what I heard from a lot of people, his last album was fire.
Oh, King's Disease 3?
Yeah.
Hard. Listen to it.
So my thing is,
2 was hard, but 3 recently dropped. 3 hard too.
But why wouldn't he be relevant then?
Well, so I went and I listened to the audio for 21 Savage when he made the statement. And I feel like, honestly, the man got taken out of context because he said, Nas is good. He never said that Nas wasn't a good rapper.
Okay.
When he was speaking of relevance, because rap for the most part is a youth thing. So he could have had, in my opinion, he definitely could have had a better choice in words. Because to say not relevant, well, let's take into account Nas just dropped the album, like I said, King Disease 3, and he got us talking about him right now.
Yeah.
Because of something that, he's relevant enough for, if you shoot a shot at him, people going to be like, nah, we ain't going to let that slide, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't feel like 21 Savage in any way was attempting to slight the man, but he was just saying there is today rap, the people who rap today, the 21s, the Drakes, the Pooh Shiesty. It's those people out here right now.
Yes.
But what we got to take into account is we're at an era in rap where I don't really feel like that it's been that before. Well, you got Jay-Z dropping 444. You still Gucci Man still relevant. T.I. still relevant. Nas still very much relevant. 50 Cent through media still relevant. So,
but one of the reasons I would say this, rap isn't that old.
It
rap came out in the early 80s.
Yeah.
So it's not that old. Maybe 40 years at best.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is for you to try to, because I hear a lot of younger people say, oh, well, that was so long ago. No, not really, because people still out here talking about Elvis. Elvis been dead and gone forever.
See, that's why I feel like music, as far as rap anyway, has to get into that space where rap isn't a new genre anymore. Because right now it's technically one of the newest genres we got. Because like you said, it's not really old. It's from the 80s for the most part.
Yes, but there's stuff younger than that. There's reggaeton. There's all there's rumble rap, trap rap. There's all different.
But see,
types
those
of,
are subcultures under the rap umbrella. So what I'm saying is they still slicing up rap to figure out, okay, you do this, you do that. You like, remember when they had soul, and they got neo soul, and they got, so everybody carving out their lanes right now. So when you start to say, oh, he's not relevant, he might not be relevant in your sector, which is trap rap. He might not be relevant there anymore. And I can't even say that 21 Savage is trap rap anymore. Like,
yeah,
I got to figure out what he does. I mean, I know he does rap, but I got to figure out how I would classify his music. And that might be a whole new genre. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So Nas is very much relevant, and when it comes, like I said, I feel like 21 Savage is just a victim of word choice. He should have just chose better words at the time. But also you got to understand it wasn't scripted. It's not something, it was off the cuff, and that's the question that was asked, and the way in which the person who asked a question asked originally made him like, hold up, wait, nah, because I could see how you can. What I'm saying about 21 Savage, I can see how you can make that mistake. How you could make that statement and not feel like you throwing shade. Because like I said, he made sure to secure the fact that Nas is one of the greats as far as rap.
Okay.
He insulated it that way, and then he just said, as far as relevance, it's like when he said it, what he meant was, and I care you notice, kids 16 to 20, 25 may or may not be listening to him. He's not on heavy rotation for them. He's not a top 40 rapper right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the charts. He's not.
Yeah, I could understand that because, like, yes, rap has always been looked at more for young people expressing themselves and things like that. But those young people that express themselves grew up. No. So at the point when they grow up, I would hope you don't do what a lot of people are getting them RICO charges from now, still trying to do the same thing you did when you were in the streets.
That's why I feel like when it comes to rap, at a certain point, we got to really start the conversation. Hey, there has to be another genre of rap introduced to where I don't want you to call it conscious, because it's not necessarily doing that. I don't want to call it entrepreneurial, although for the most part a lot of the older rappers are telling you how to get your money right, but do it clean now.
Yes.
I don't know exactly what we call it, but there's a wisdom to a Jay-Z rapping now. There's a wisdom to a J. Cole rapping now. There's a wisdom to a Nas rap. They not just rapping, it's literal life lessons in the music now, and that's the beautiful part about it.
And how I've always looked at it as somebody where you were at or where you are at that's come out of it, so they're teaching you how to come out of it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm older now. Even when I was younger, I always wanted the game. I didn't listen to somebody my exact same age on the game.
Exactly.
I wanted somebody that been through or doing what I'm doing that I could see going way further than me, so I'm trying to go that far too.
Yeah.
Like, for example, when I was younger, my inspiration on getting girls was my big brother. Mm-hmm. My big brother, he pulled girls like it was nothing. He would talk to girls all the time. He had girls buying him crazy stuff. He never asked. They just bought it for him. Right. Like, he was Mr. Popular, all those kind of things. Mm-hmm. So when I was real young in elementary, I'm like,
I got to be like him.
I want to be like that. Then I'm like, oh, okay, that was the mark that I shot for. Then I'm like, hey, I want to be better than him.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
rivals
like,
become your idols.
Yes.
Your idols become your rivals. I'm sorry, I got that switched up.
Yes. So now I'm trying to be better. I want to do better. I want to move to that next level.
Uh-huh.
But if you don't have a goal to shoot for, and I'm just listening to somebody on my same level dealing with the same things that I'm dealing with right now, you're still going to be in them same situations dealing with the same things.
And that's why I said, when it comes to rap, it's hard to, like I said, it's hard to consider him relevant in reference to the youth.
Okay.
For our generation, he's very much relevant because he's shown us countless times over and over and over that he's been through situations. He's also got out of those situations. He's progressed and matured and evolved to a level to where, hey, anybody in my shoes would love to be sitting in that man's seat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And for you to be a rapper who's pretty much like independent, working with an independent producer, producing your music, and you expect to sell, you know what I'm saying? I don't necessarily know how many albums he gonna sell because they got the streaming numbers and all that. But regardless, he can expect to at least get a profit back from the work he's putting in right now at his age. Not saying he old, but he's old enough to what you've been in here. I'm certain 30 plus.
But on top of that, I know Nas got money.
Yeah.
Like Jay-Z got money.
Without question.
All these people, I'm not saying none of the young people have money, but that's like Southwestern Bell money versus, the
Metro PCF?
Yes, Metro just popped up. It's like, Metro probably got a little bit of money, but it ain't touching Southwestern Bell money.
No.
It's not.
It's just not. But also, like I said, when you're listening to that music, it gives you a different type of energy because now you're like, oh, I ain't finna. I mean, we're not talking about guns and shoes no more. We talking about investment portfolios. What we doing? We ain't talking about trap houses. We talking about real estate.
Yeah.
It's a different conversation. And that's why with the street audience, the people that he would have been, relevant to back in the past when he was dropping Illmatic, Stillmatic, it was written, all those, it's different. It's like,
Child.
yeah, it's different. It's a different type of listen. Now the music, like I said, King's disease is talking about gout, fam. Like really, that's King's disease. And he just like the first time he talking about eat your cherries, get yourself together, do better for your family, do better for your body, do better for your life.
But
it's
do you think if we did that, if we got our young people to listen to those things more, they wouldn't have to worry about growing up? Or do you feel they have to go through it?
No, they don't have to go through it. But the problem with the youth is foolish. It's just how it is. I'm not saying that there won't be some child out or a group of children who just understand it, but how do you as a parent make that, the it thing when, your kids, for the most part, not going to follow you on Instagram. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your TikTok ain't going to ever be lit to them. Like, I don't care how cold Jay-Z is at rapping. Blue Ivy is not finna put, like, come on, pop. Like, it's probably cool to her right now, but once she gets up in age, she's like, yeah, he's Jay-Z. I don't listen to his music, though. And you and I would be like, he's made some of the greatest music ever, but she's going to be like, it don't matter. That's just dad. In Nazareth, you just a carpenter. That's I mean, it just is what it is. You just a carpenter in Nazareth.
Well, I just think about a lot of the things and I'm like, I know as a parent, I would never want my child to go through a lot of things I went through.
Right.
But it just seems like it's doomed to repeat itself because, like, the younger generation doesn't want to listen to the older generation, and the older generation doesn't want to adapt to certain things to be a little more relevant for the younger generation.
You got to figure out, because at that point, you talking about gaps. You know what I'm saying? There's lessons and stuff that you've acquired through just living life that even though your father could have gave you the keys to the kingdom and told you, nah, it don't work like that, you don't want to do that, you could have listened to it right then and moved, I guarantee you, and progress through life a lot faster. But it's some lessons you just have to learn. So we got to figure out, okay, so how are we closing the gap? Are we reverse closing? Because you've ascended past where your kids are. You've been there, you did that, so you here. Now, it's certain, the stubbornness of a child is going to be like, I know what's best. You don't understand about my time. But what I've learned through life, my 34 years of living, is problems are timeless. Like, you got money issues. Your daddy had money issues. Your father's father had money issues. All the way back, it's been money issues. So I can tell you, if I've tackled mine and broke mine down, I know the pitfalls on the way. I can tell you keep your credit straight. I can tell you don't go buy this. I can tell you not to go do that. But that car still look nice. Look, I don't have to buy it right now. I got credit. So all these lessons I'm trying to give, it's hard for you to listen to it because, one, you got the media telling you the exact opposite of what I'm saying. And then I don't push it as much as I could. And I don't want to be the broken record father. You know what I'm saying? So it's, like I said, we got to figure out how to close the gap. We got to figure out, because if we reach down, we can only go but so low. Because once you start going to that level, then you start making these same mistakes. Because I got to show you why you can't do this. Because me telling you the story means nothing. Like, if I went and told K-Dot, hey, bro, nah, fam, look, all these fees out here ain't good, bro. He most likely gonna listen to me and like, oh, yeah, Uncle Brian said don't talk to these fees. Now, you say that same thing and give a story behind it. He gonna be like, he just talking. He just don't want me to have no fun. All I'm just saying is, you just a carpenter in Nazareth. Like it is what it is.
That's real.
Part of the lesson. But it's not as relevant. Yes. But did you also see Holyfield and Mike Tyson got together with the ear?
I heard about that. I thought they were playing.
No. They serious.
Speaking of trying to be relevant.
That's not trying to be relevant, bro. That's a
the Mike Tyson ear
moment.
Thing. In the 90s,
that's a piece of history. And now all the kids, all the people in the drug community, they get the opportunity to partake in that. And the beautiful thing about it is, you bit a man ear, and instead of just capitalizing on, because he did not have to bring Holyfield in there to produce that product, but that just show you how you're supposed to operate, fam. I bet you know what? Let me bring you in on this cultural moment because you a major part. It's your ear that got bit, not mine. You know what I'm saying? If it was me, I would have just started putting out little grills with a gold tooth on it.
Wow.
And you know what I'm saying? Hey, bite them chewable,
wow.
Gummies, But
I'm just saying, like, well, I mean, it's been over like 20 years, so they should be good now.
First of all, after the fight, I'm sure they was good.
Bruh, you bit my ear off. We ain't gonna be good for a long time.
Either way, bro, like, when you really think about, because, I mean, from what they say, I ain't watched boxing intently enough to know when somebody is doing an illegal headbutt, but if Mike Tyson said, this dude keep headbutting me and y'all don't say nothing, okay, here we go, and he bit the ear, and, it is what it is.
I never looked it up, but did Holyfield admit that he headbutted him?
I don't know.
Good. It's just a question I was thinking about. Like, did he actually admit that he headbutted him?
I'm just saying, other people beat Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson didn't feel the need to bite their ear. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Now, don't get me confused. Hey, I'm happy for, that collaboration, the Tyson and the Holyfield and the gummies. Like, do y'all, fam. I hope y'all make a lot of money. I hope that's a very successful
I hope so, too. But I'm just saying, you don't forget somebody doing something.
No, you don't forget that.
Like when you stabbed me with that sword. And
if I ever make gummies, I'm going to make stab me chewables. Stab me gummies. It's going to be little swords in the package, and you can just get your little boo, because he won't let this get old, man.
Exactly. That's how I feel Holyfield feel about it. That's like, bruh, like, you can say all you want. Yeah, we cool now. Cool. But you still stabbed me.
Look, man.
Now, this happened 20 years ago. But, bruh, you bit my ear.
That's old.
Like, you bit my ear off.
You about to get millions because your ear got bit. I mean, granted, you ain't getting no money because you got stabbed. But if you ever make some money, I'm going to be like, look, bro, give me all the money back and I'll apologize. I mean, I apologized already.
But you still stabbed me. That's like when bruh, like if you get shot, you don't care if it was on purpose or accident. You still shot me.
Holding on. Let it go.
But it's okay. I understand how it goes.
First of all, I'm just saying, they tell us to let go of slavery. You can't let go of stab.
Bruh, it wasn't no 20 years ago that this happened.
It's close enough.
Nah.
Might as well.
No.
Look, it's old. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that.
Oh, yeah, for those who don't know, when your parents say don't play with swords, that's why. So, on to the next topic.
They say the 3 C's of a healthy relationship is communication, compromise, and commitment. Do you agree?
I 100% agree. Because if you don't have communication, it's not going to work. I don't care what kind of relationship, whether it's friends, whether it's marriage, whether it's dating, whether it's family, however, you have to be able to communicate with each other.
Okay. What about the other 2?
Commitment. Bruh, if we make a commitment, like we made a commitment to this show. Right. If I never come to this show.
You don't shoot show.
Yes. This is an issue. It's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like, hold up, bro. You said you were going to do this. Keep your word. That's your commitment.
Right.
In a relationship, the same thing. If I'm committed to you, and we agree on these terms, these things, cool. That's what we agreed on. That for better or for worse, for sickness and health, to death do us part, all those kind of things. Those are commitments we made to each other in the sight of God. So,
okay, so, well, to talk about that commitment, fam, how do you feel about different forms of commitment? Because one out here we got it's mono. It's like it's one man, one woman, or one. You know what I'm saying?
See, but as I told you, the commitment y'all made with each other.
Right.
So if whether we polygamous, whether whatever we are, we're monogamous, whether we believe in being a swinger, whatever it is, if we agree on that, it's nobody else's business. The issue that we have is when we agree to something, couples, all those kind of things, when you agree to it, oh, you got to let other people know.
Well, I don't even feel like, because you got to understand, you live in a lifestyle, people going to know what you're doing.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they won't.
Look.
Because unless they about that life too, they won't know. I promise you that.
I guess. I don't know.
I'm just saying.
I guess
like,
you're right.
if you are about the same life I'm about, yes, you'll know more because you'll see me in those spaces or things like that. It's like, you can't say, oh, man, like, okay, if like, let's say you and your wife are swingers. Mm-hmm. Let's just say in this world y'all are. Mm-hmm. How's somebody else gonna know you a swinger unless they're a swinger too? Oh, you don't post it.
I mean,
we got
you
swinger
say
party
they don't.
going
You
on
say
right
they
here.
don't post it, but a lot of people post a lot of stuff on social media, bro.
The people that post things on social media, I'm sorry, I think it's stupid.
Yeah, you invite them problems.
Because, yes, you want those problems. Now, whatever you and your spouse decide to do, whatever it is, that's between you, your spouse, and God. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't care what your parents think. I don't care what my parents think. At the end of the day, it's the choices we make to each other. Right. The commitment we've made to each other in front of God. And if somebody says something's a sin, remember, the Bible also says we've all sinned and fall short of the glory of God. But by grace and mercy, we are saved. So, for all those people getting in your business, they need to mind their own business.
Mm-hmm. And fall back on the grace.
Yes. Because a big issue that we have, we so busy worried about somebody else's business, we ain't taking care of home.
I'm just saying, it makes no sense. Everybody walking around with a gavel. I mean, like, why everybody want to judge today? We all walking around with gavels like we just, and when you know you should be doing 5 to 10 for the sins that you commit, you know you should. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. You know, because I can't tell you how much this sin is versus that one. I think they all equal.
If you still want to go biblical, because I tell people all the time, if you want to go biblical, I'll go there all day with you. Because some people try to hit you with little pieces of it, but then show off all the other ones.
So they
like,
snippet you.
Yeah, they like, oh, well, we're going to say all this. We're going to say all. But no sin is greater than the other.
Okay.
The Bible even says that there's no sin greater than the other. Now, the only sin they say you are not able to be forgiven for is blaspheming the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
So, as long as I ain't doing that, hey, and when you repent, your sins are washed into the sea of forgetfulness. Now, we're not talking about all Christian things on here and everything like that. I don't want people to think we're trying to turn to a Christian broadcast. But I'm just saying the truth. I could talk about any aspect you want to go on. The thing that a lot of people do is they want to nitpick.
Right.
Oh, you worry about somebody else's business, but you ain't taking care of your own business. Now, your relationship's in the gutter, and you try to find every excuse of why yours is messed up.
Because I didn't do nothing. You're right. You didn't do nothing. That's why it's in the gutter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe if you had that communication, which is key.
And compromise, which you could be like, I'm going to compromise and stop worrying about them and worry about who I need to be worried about, which is mine.
Yes. Like, if my wife is happy, I could give 2 craps about anybody else's wife.
Your house.
I don't care about your house. I don't care about your wife, what y'all doing over there. As long as you don't bring what you doing over there, over here.
You good. That's what I be feeling. A lot of people need a lot of let that go. Leave that alone, fam. I I'm telling you, one thing I said today, I said tomorrow. I don't do domestics, fam. If that's a problem in your home, that's a problem in your home. If your house on fire, okay, because I can help you put that out. But if there's a problem with your wife in your bed, like that's you.
Yes.
Ain't nothing I can do for you. I ain't got nothing to help. I'm not here to help with that. You get to no. When you need real help, you'll ask. If you don't ask, I'm not gonna volunteer my services because all that does is put me as a middleman between two people. And I feel like if y'all got somebody already separating you and showing as a physical separation, which is like I said myself, then maybe y'all should just separate. I'm not pushing for divorces on people, but what I am saying is this. If you're not looking to find somebody to try to help you make it right with the person, and if you just reaching out to people because you need protection from said person, no, you don't need protection. You just need to move on. Stop trying to make a person that's it's a temporary thing. Do not make seasons a lifetime. It's just one season.
See, I look at it like this. A lot of people don't understand what they're getting into before they get into it.
Agreed.
Marriage relationships are not easy. If they were easy, everybody would be in one. But there's a lot of people are not willing to compromise, which is one of the biggest things you'll ever have to do in relationships.
But you hear these people these days, they feel like, well, compromise for what? Okay, you don't want to compromise. But these same people, like, let's just take one of the little vixens or OnlyFans models. So you'll compromise your body for $1, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine. Don't think I'm finna get out here and get the bash of OnlyFans chicks. If you're doing your thing, do your thing. However, if you are telling me that you are willing to show your body off and compromise what may be your morals just to make a quick buck, you won't compromise with the person you're supposed to love? It don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Vice versa. If you a guy and you willing to compromise your integrity by going and tricking off on some female, but your wife come in and you no, I can't do this, I can't do. Okay, I don't understand.
Like one of the things I was thinking about was because I was thinking about them dudes back in the old days, and I was like, I scratched my head a little bit because I'm like, there was, they had the song "Papa Was a Rolling Stone."
Mm-hmm.
Papa was going around and all this
Wherever
stuff.
he laid his hat was his home.
Yes, but then they also, Papa was doing a lot of cussing, drinking, cussing at mama, doing all this kind of stuff. I'm like, bruh, you already out here wilding out. What's I'm like, bruh, you should be okay.
You should be all right.
Like, I'm just saying, you got a side chick and a side home and all this other kind of stuff. But yeah, you coming home to drama and start drama.
With pressure. Coming home with a problem. And then be like, why?
Like, I was thinking about that. I'm like, man.
She already accepted you for who you are. She understands that you're a Rolling Stone. She ain't trying to hold you down and keep you down. She understands.
But yet you still giving her grief.
You giving me grief. I mean, like, goodness.
I think about them songs and I'm like, wow. Like,
look,
hey.
You know what I'm saying? I don't get it.
Yeah.
That's all look, it just don't make no sense to me. All right. Has social media hurt more relationships than it has helped? Do you feel that way?
And I think social media has really harmed relationships altogether because we see this idea of what is fairy tales and we're like, we have to be like that fairy tale. Yeah, like World Star came out because of fight videos and music videos. But what's the main thing people will watch on there? Fight videos and people doing ignorance.
I was watching for twerk videos.
But I mean, yeah, there was twerk videos. But the whole idea is like social media got everybody hyped up. Everybody want to be famous now. Everybody want to do all this crazy stuff. Like, they had the crate challenge. They had all the different things. Like the one where they over there pushing on their chest and
blackout
breathing
challenge.
Yes, I'm like, Wasn't nobody doing this like 20 years ago?
And if they was, you wouldn't hear about it. Because like I said, I tell people all the time, look, my problems died mainly on the playground.
Yeah.
If I lost a fight, it ended at the playground. Once and the next day, I can come back and fight you again and keep walking and playing something else. It don't matter, but it don't last long. It don't keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Like back in the day, you could have a fight, have a real good fight. If you won, cool. If you lost, okay, dust yourself off. Next day, you gone. Now, there's somebody videotaping you, and then they're going to play it back in slow motion of you either knocking someone out or getting knocked out.
So I just be like, when it comes down to it, there is I really feel like it hurt relationships, not just in the aspect of, you being with somebody, but friendship relationships, because look, all it takes for you to have is a phone, and you can violate me. You know, like, hey, you can catch me slipping or whatever. Because the people with you most times are the people who can really get those vulnerable shots of you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's like you can be getting beat up, and it'll be your homeboy, or your homegirl over there with the video camera, like, oh, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but then when it comes to the community type relationship, man, everybody. I ain't never felt like the world been so segregated. Like everybody is separated, especially when it comes to black people for the most part. Like everybody, like, nah, back up, give me space. And I understand why, because you always gotta be on guard.
Yeah.
Because, like I said,
like
all
because
it takes is one
they
video.
always say the camera is on because there's someone watching you, someone videotaping you, someone I'm like, I've had to get on to people. I'm like, hey, bro, you didn't ask me to film. Like, I don't need. Oh, well, I just want to. Nah, bro.
But I feel like a major part of that, Kanye West gets a lot of flack for a lot of things, but when hey, look, paparazzi back up off me.
Yeah.
No, I'm a human being. Give me my space. Andre 3000. Hey, bro, chill. Leave me alone. Give me my space.
Yeah.
Like.
And that's a huge thing. We don't respect others' space no more. It's like, oh, no, you deserve this. It's like,
you gotta be recorded. You got to record me. Why? You should not have to. You don't record me. Back up. Leave me alone. Put your phone in your pocket.
Like, and also social media itself. It showed you that there's so much variety out there that now it's hard for somebody to make a decision.
Right.
Like, even in dating nowadays, man, there's so many dating sites, so much. Facebook got a dating site. Everybody got a dating site now. Yeah. And I'm like, you got all these things. It used to be like, hey, I found this person, I like this person, I want to be with this person. Now, you got so many people shooting up your DMs and everything like that, male or female, that it's like, how can I choose?
It used to be a time when you had to dine on the local cuisine.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the chick at Walmart, if she was cute, she might be the cutest chick for the next 50 miles. You don't know.
Yeah.
So I'm finna shoot my shot right now because the likelihood of me seeing her again might be minimal. I need to shoot right now. We got to develop. I got to show her, gain her interest, all that. Now, okay, I don't even need to see her in Walmart. I'll find her on the gram. She'll probably give me her. Here we go. Boom. By the time I get through looking at your first 5 pictures, I've already seen 30 other females that I already shot up their DMs too. I don't like variety is the spice of life, but what I'm telling you is people lives a little too spicy, fam.
Yeah. Well, I remember, you had to actually walk up to a girl, talk to it, get a number, see what's going on, try to get in a way to actually get her phone number. Now, it's a lot of people don't have social skills now because, I'm going to say what I want real quick. It could be the stupidest thing ever, but I'm going to say what I want to you real quick. Oh, yes. Oh, you don't, next. I'm going to say the exact same thing to her.
People are so deprived of real human interaction, real genuine human interaction. Literally going on somebody's DM and saying beautiful once or twice. You know what I'm saying? One, they got to decipher whether is he telling me the truth or is he not? Because, women these days, because of social media and all the other stresses of life, have very, very, very low self-esteem. And I don't necessarily get it. Reason being, and I can say that because your vision of self or self-image is so skewed to where I need the lips, I need the butt, I need the breast, I need the this, I need the that, I need the that.
Yeah.
And you work on all that, get to 40 years old, still ain't got a man and wonder what happened. Well, let me tell you what happened. You worked on all that outside stuff, and you got to realize men, for the most part, looking for the inside. And I know that sound corny to y'all, but it's the truth. I don't care how fine you is. If I can't sit in the room with you longer than the hour it take to knock you down, then I don't want to deal with you.
Yeah.
Like, look, it could be like the statement "I pay you to leave" is real. Like, get out of my face.
I look at it like this: there are certain men that that what they're trying to do is sleep with you. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what they want, is to sleep with you. But any man that really wants to be more, they want more than just sex from you.
Right.
They were trying to figure out what you really are about.
Right.
Now, if I'm just trying to knock you down real quick, I don't give a crap what you about.
Care.
But if I genuinely want you, I'm genuinely interested in you, sex isn't the number one thing on the table. Because if I put that as number one, what about everything else?
The thing about it is, with sex, you can get it from anywhere. It's difficult to find quality people. Quality people are hard to find.
Yeah.
Ask your local employer. Like, and you can take that to any job. You know what I'm saying? You know who work and who don't. You know who actually cooking the fries for the 5 minutes and putting them on and salting them properly. Or the person who just gonna reheat them fries. That's the reason you got to go up through the drive-thru and be like, I want fresh fries, because you know. Like, he
Bruh,
in the window.
I'm the king of doing that. Hey, I want my food fresh.
I want mine fresh.
I'll wait.
Because I'll wait. I don't feel like dealing with you and your inability to do your job. Because you don't care, but I care about the money I spent. Because money is time. I spent my time making the money.
Yeah.
So spend your time cooking my food right. Let me take you back out of the food analogy and bring you back to relationship. Look. Baby, look, I see you took a lot of time crafting what your body look like. Amazing. Cool. However, you can put me in a Honda that's gonna get me to A to B without question. You can put me in a BMW that I gotta take to the shop every day. What car do you think I'm gonna stick with?
Yeah.
Forget that BMW. I don't care what that. Forget the Maserati. Forget the whatever luxury line vehicle you call yourself.
I think the issue that comes from that is because there's a lot of guys out here that, yes, us as guys, we see what we like, and that is the first thing every man sees is what they like. But that's not what they stick with.
No.
Like, you're not going to stick with what you just think is pretty. If you are a shallow individual.
Or you are an individual who's in for a world of hurt. Okay?
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
If you don't have high expectations for your relationship or the people in these relationships with you, then like you destined to get the bottom of the barrel people. You destined to get the people who, I'm gonna go on a trip for 2 weeks and leave my daughter at the house to fend for herself with a box of top ramen. Like, okay, now you finna, just cause she out here on this trip with you and she look good while she out here, you don't know what she got at home. Turn out now it's your daughter and her daughter sitting at the same place doing the same thing. Now, look.
Man, I was over here thinking, and I was like, man, like, we didn't have everything growing up. Like, we didn't have all the lavish everything, but we had our parents. Like, my parents made sure they were there in our lives.
Right.
There's a lot of parents right now that I'm like, do you even know what your child's doing right now?
Any idea?
Like, I heard one child tell me about their parent actually being gone for like 4 or 5 days. I'm like, what parent leaves a child for 4 or 5 days?
How can we call that a parent? I'm like, it's a parent that person is not around. I mean, like, Child Protective Services or something. Somebody, please come around, because this baby is literally raising themselves. And then we wonder where or how the child got lost, because the child didn't know where to go from the get-go and ain't got nobody to guide them down the right path.
Mama gotta have fun too. Daddy gotta have fun.
You did. You want to know how I know you had fun? Because the baby right there. You had a lot of fun already. there.
And that's one thing I would tell anybody, all young people, I would tell them, don't be in rush to have kids. I promise you, because you need to take care of your responsibilities.
Mm-hmm.
My thing, if you don't take care of your responsibilities are going to show what type of parent you are.
Right. You gotta, like I said, seek stability, seek a firm foundation. Everything else, once they see that, hey, if whatever I put on there, it's not gonna fall, it'll come to you. If you got your situation as far as your finance and your house and your food and all that situated, people want to be in that space. Why? It's secure.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to have kids? Cool. We can do that. Why? Because we got a place to put them. It's that simple. But
Yeah.
you got kids out here who want the babies first, and they don't want to do I'm not trying to do the securing part first. You know what I'm saying? Because they still living on, well, my mama provides all that.
I still never got the logic of why would you put the cart before the horse? Like, you don't have a father, suitable father prospect or anything.
But you
want the baby.
But we had, like I said, we had the girl on here told us that's unconditional love. I'd be like, look, go get a dog. If you need unconditional love, go get a dog.
Yeah.
The dog gonna be there. I guarantee you, don't feed the dog for 3 weeks. If it's still alive, it's still gonna lick your face. It's pretty bad, but it is what it is. Now, you don't feed that child for 3 weeks. If I see it, I'm guarantee you, Child Protective Service is gonna be called. If I don't buy the baby a half a meal first, and then I'm gonna look, we gotta figure this out.
I think social media has really killed our just lack of empathy for each other.
Right.
Because we'll see these things out here and expect, oh, well, okay, deal with it. It's like,
for the most part,
whatever happened to, hey, am I my brother's keeper? We don't even help our family members like that no more.
People, bro, as small as the internet made the world, the space between people is so vast. You will not believe it. Like, people that you be considered like your day ones, they distant.
Yeah.
We say it all the time, bro. How many people do we actually call? I knew middle school, I knew a lot of people. High school, I knew a lot of people. College, I knew a lot of people. If you ask me who I talked to today, I'm gonna be like, if they call, then I might say what's up. But that's like a once in a lifetime event. I've seen more Looney clips than I've seen these niggas.
Yeah.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
But I ain't got no beef with it. Like, don't get confused. Don't just start ringing me because, I said I'm just stating facts. Vice versa. I don't call you. You don't call me. It is what it is. Still love, but at the same time,
like,
we know what it is.
One of the things I was thinking about, because today, the reason the show's late is because I had to go down to East Texas to help my father. Mm-hmm. Like, he needed me to help him do some stuff. Mm-hmm. I'm like, at first I wasn't going to go, but then my brother was like, oh, yeah, he needs your help doing it. I'm like, okay, bet. I'm on my way.
That's it.
That was it. That's what it is. I'm like, okay, I get it. The show done after I come back. Because I'm like, yes, if somebody needs me, family, friends, stuff like that, I'm on the way. I'm never going to be that person. Yes, if I have prior obligations, yes, I try to stay true to my commitment. But if somebody needs me, I'm on the way. There's no questions. Yeah. It's like, okay, we get done a little later.
But at the same time, I've been talking to people, man, because, I always try to reach out to people. Like, people I necessarily don't know, but they reached a higher level than I have. You know what I'm saying? And in conversation with them, they always tell me, man, look, the more you extend yourself, the less you got. It's harder to move a large area up. It's hard. Like, you can take a point high quick. You know what I'm saying? Think about it this way. Is it easy to throw a pin in the sky? Or a small pebble or a boulder? Mm. It's easy to throw that rock up there.
Yeah.
Not saying you can't throw the boat. You probably could. It won't get as high, though. You got a lot of people with you, but you got to focus in. Now, granted, don't take that as don't help your father. Yes, you already know I'm not saying it that way. But what I am saying is this. The higher up you go, you gonna start to see people fall off, man. It just is what it is. It get too high, people want to pull that parachute. They pull that parachute cord and float off. But like, you know what I'm saying? Because some people meant for planes, some people meant for rockets, man. It just is what it is.
There's an old saying. Steve Harvey said it a couple of times, and I'm not a big Steve Harvey fan, but he does say some very relevant things at times.
Yeah.
Everybody that come with you can't go with you.
Right.
Like, just because we grew up together, or just because we were friends back in the day, doesn't mean you're going to be that person that going to go far with me, because either A, you're not equipped mentally, I'm not talking about physically, but mentally equipped to go to where I'm trying to reach.
Right.
To reach the level I'm trying to reach to. It's not that I don't want you to come to my level. Because honestly, I wish everybody could be on my level. I wish people could go higher. Just like with anyone. I'm going to reach my hand out. I'm not about to stretch down here trying to pull you up from it.
I'm not gonna put this plane into a nosedive to come catch you on this on your, you know. Nah, fam. Look, you gonna have to take that little plane you got and get up to this
and meet me somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta meet me, cause I can't come. I can't go. And that's just like your brother-in-law was saying, man. Look, eventually you start to realize that there's no party without me. There's no.
Yeah.
I bring everything.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, when you start really taking that into account, like, man, look, yeah, last time I showed up, I had to give I brought it all. No, I can't keep doing that. I can't keep.
Yeah.
So you gotta, at a certain point, it's a distance that's created, but it's not because you're forcing that distance to be created. Wisdom and observation will create enough distance on its own.
Yeah.
It's just how it works.
And people will break themselves away from it very quickly.
Because once they see that the pressure too high, I can't. It's too much work to be around you, fam. Because the only thing I do is work. I'm trying to get something. If you trying to get something, you going to like it over here because you know somebody working with you. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Texas man dancing on top of a moving truck, specifically an 18-wheeler, falls to his death. Now, the reason he was on top of this 18-wheeler, he was doing a TikTok dance. So we've been talking about social media. And now...
Man, TikTok is becoming the devil.
I'm just like, look, China don't allow none of this foolishness on their service.
The reason that I was listening is one thing they were talking about was that the algorithm that they put out for China is more of an uplifting.
It's more steam.
It's
more steam related.
Yes, it's supposed to actually reach you and touch you on a lot of different levels. But if you want to knock out another race, hey, we're gonna show them all the ignorant things, all the little dances, crazy.
Let's not put all that on them. It's not them who show us all the stupid stuff. You're in your own bubble at all times. My Facebook and your Facebook, two different Facebooks, same site, two different Facebooks. I'm
now
a bunch of art and butt cheeks. I'm just saying facts, man. It's art and butt cheeks.
Don't get me wrong, that sounds very nice, the art and the butt cheeks.
You know what I'm
but I'm just saying, at a certain point in time, I look at inspirational stuff, so why does my inspirational stuff not show up?
The quantity. You know how, think about the level of work it takes to actually be inspirational. You know what I'm saying? How much work you actually have to do. How many quality, high caliber thoughts a person who's trying to inspire somebody has to have versus somebody who's just trying to entertain. I'll take it like this. It's, when you look at a deck of cards.
Okay.
Everybody else has the hierarchy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the 2 through 10, right? And then you got Jack, Queen, King. And everybody operates for the most part on that pyramid system. The King beats everybody, the Queen next, Jack next. And then, of course, Ace, I'm number 1. So it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? But the one card that goes against all that is the Joker. He like, it's a joke. All that pyramid, all that status symbol y'all about, that's a joke. And all it do, only person beating the person who pointing out the fact that everything that we doing is a joke. This is a fictional construct. Is somebody making an even bigger joke about it.
Yeah.
So it's already written. It's just like, look, if you want to step outside this, be the Joker. And everybody wants to be the Joker now. Nobody wants to reach king status. Granted, the king status is amazing. Nobody want to reach ace status. And if you look at certain games, the Jokers get removed.
Yeah.
But those games typically have higher stakes.
Now, I was thinking about this one, and because with the TikTok thing, I'm like, why? Like, if you saw somebody else hurt themselves,
Right.
why would you go right behind them and do the same thing? That's insane.
That's insane until you think about what they're seeking. They're seeking attention. So, okay, this person did the blackout challenge. They didn't survive. You know what I'm saying? The 10-year-old died from doing the blackout challenge, but now that 10-year-old got a lot of media and publicity talking about her situation. All I got to do is continue the blackout challenge and survive. Tide Pods. All I got to do is do it and live.
But
I'm
that's
at least
what's
get
crazy.
some followers.
Like, okay, like, for example, with the cucumber challenge back in the day, I'm like, you doing the cucumber challenge, but then you get mad at school when they make fun of you for being the
Cucumber girl.
Yeah. Oh, you the girl do the cucumber.
Well,
You swallowed the entire cucumber.
But then you give them that energy, and then they don't want the energy. But I don't want you to think that way of me. What was I supposed to think? Obviously, when you was producing the video, you wasn't thinking. You was acting. You was trying to show me something. Now that I got here to say, okay, I agree with what you're showing me. That's cool. Now show me for real.
But that's like with all the others. Like for example, with the OnlyFans. Don't get me wrong. I respect if that's what you want to do. That's cool. Do you? I ain't tripping. But you already know how some people think about OnlyFans and how some ignorant people think, oh, well, since you have OnlyFans, I could talk to you and treat you however I want to.
Feel.
That don't get me wrong, it's a dumb thing, but what did you think the outcome was gonna be?
That's the real question.
Like, I don't know no one that was like, man, that girl that was making her booty clap and all that stuff, man, I gave her 10 thumbs up, and then, like, I didn't want to clap them cheeks myself.
That's the whole point.
Yes.
I just be like, look, don't go out here. Don't be the righteous thought, fam. There's no such thing. Don't be a righteous thought. Don't be the, hey, I do this every day, but I don't want you to treat me like I'm quite. Don't make a joke of yourself and still want to be in the queen place.
Yeah.
No, you the Joker now. And in certain games, like the game of marriage, most of the time you don't get put in that game.
Yeah.
It's higher stakes to that game. And because we don't need nobody making a joke of this, we take the jokers out of the deck now. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying?
But then, you're always going to hear those people that you're trying to change the rules to the game that's already been set up before you even came into the game.
Long before you.
It was long before you. Like, yes, there were certain things that were held above all. Just like so many people out here say that a man is supposed to be a provider. Well, I don't want my woman to be street booty.
I just don't want that.
Like, and if you're saying, oh, well, you don't have to be a provider, okay, well, maybe we could work on it. But nobody's going to do that. The whole idea is everybody wants certain things out of life.
Mm-hmm. It's best to be honest about what you want in life.
Yeah.
Like, when you meet people, tell them what you're looking for. That's the best. Like, if I can give anybody younger than me game, because I hope and pray that the people older than me got better game than I got. It's, it is what it is. But if I can give you anything that was most beneficial to me, tell them exactly what you want.
Yeah.
That way, nobody's confused. Nobody's in between.
Everybody understands.
Everybody knows if I'm here for the
rules.
If I'm here for the night, I'm here for the night. Don't wake up tomorrow looking for me. Don't get mad when you turn over and reach to try to touch me and touch nothing but an empty pillow, space with a pillow on it. I told you when I met you, I was here for the night. When I tell you I'm here for the week, After 7 days, you might before the 7 days is up, you might want to check. Be like, is it still a week or is we about at least grown to 2 weeks? Like,
Yeah.
figure it out because I don't want you to be hurt.
Like, you remember when they were doing the what was it, the cinnamon challenge?
Oh.
And then they were doing they did the AMS one to raise money for what was it? I forgot what it was. I forgot what that challenge was for. But you're doing all these challenges, you're doing all these different things. My thing is, when you gonna start, whatever happened to doing something nice? Hey, help someone out today. Do a challenge about help someone out.
That's the thing. Like, people make it so negative to take a video. Because, you know what I'm saying, you posting a video, you being generosity, it kind of, puts a dent in the generosity. Because now it's like, well, you're doing it for you. You're doing it for your followers.
I'd rather you do that than be like, oh, do the slap challenge.
See, now that's disrespectful.
Like, or the one where, I forgot the one where they go over and try to run up and slam on somebody and knock them over. Like, they always trying to
posterize.
I forgot which one. They used to do it where they would hit the wall up above them and everything. Like, oh, you just got slammed on and all that. But I'm like, you doing all this ignorant stuff for your followers. Hey, do something nice. There's nothing. Okay. I'd rather you be like, oh, I'm trying to get some followers from doing some nice stuff than do some ignorant stuff and get some followers.
Another thing is, that's the what you just described is why people feel like not Kanye, but Nas is not relevant. Cause Nas at this point is like doing something nice for everybody. He telling you, he giving you quality game, fam.
Yeah.
He giving you quality game about what's going on in real life, real time, and how you can up your game and be better. And now it's sad that we got you at this point where you might sell 40,000 records.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might sell 40,000. But
I think now itself more. I hope.
In the past, yeah, when you hot, you knew, yeah, you selling crazy amounts. But like you said, the people listening to him, his fan base, it's not that it's drunk. It's just that you don't really listen to music like that no more.
Yeah.
Because I got enough life to live. I can tell my own story, fam. And how I'm still listening to Nas because, hey, he brought it to he brought new information to my life to where I didn't get that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about get some tart cherry juice, some of this, do that. It's better ways to live. Work out, do something.
Yeah.
Cause I'm at that point and I'm telling you right now, I'm living like this because I did these things. Okay. Let me get out. It ain't nothing to go running. But back to the man doing this foolish stuff on top of his 18-wheeler. Dude, you risking your life for imaginary likes. Like, what is that supposed to do? What I'm saying is, the same people who watched you get up there do that TikTok dance, right? On top of this 18-wheeler, and when it went under the underpass, it went under the bridge, you fell off. It is what it is. Those gonna be the same people to where I'm gonna videotape your funeral and post that on mine. Oh, I was at this guy's funeral who was dancing on the 18-wheeler. That's the type of fans you got. Everybody's looking for the moment, and they want to be the one to capture the moment. Everybody doing it.
But I would at least think you would be.
Don't just do the TikTok dance on the ground.
Yeah,
just do it.
You could did it on the ground. You could did it at the park. You could did it with like 4 or 5 other little kids and stuff like that.
There's so many ways to make that moment a moment that don't require you to risk and take your own life like that.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's better ways to move. As far as I'm saying, and then one more thing before I go. When it comes to TikTok and it comes to these social media platforms, granted, the guy on top of the 18-wheeler was an adult. Just think, if TikTok got these adults moving like that, then ain't no telling what they got your children doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So if your kid got a TikTok account, got an Instagram account, I would say Facebook, but Facebook is dated. Okay, it just is what it is. I got a Facebook account, but it's dated. I know. Look, what I'm telling you is this: be mindful. Watch what your kids doing. I know they might not want you to. If your kid, if you go and say, "Hey, what? Like, log onto your Facebook. Let me look around," and your kid be like, "Why?" That's exactly why. Cause you got a secret space, and you ain't 21. You ain't 18 yet. The things you do fall back on me. If I gotta put you in the ground, I'm gonna cry at your funeral.
Yeah.
That's what you gotta realize. It's me. I'm gonna be hurt if you're not here. Not your little friends. They gonna play like they hurt. They gonna act like it. But I guarantee you, all them people wearing them shirts, them long live such and so. I wish you was his shirts. Never went to the funeral. You know what I'm saying? They bought the shirt online, Amazon. Shout them out. But they not for real. Because if they was, you wouldn't be in the position you was in. They gotta be teaching you better. The people around you gotta want better for you. And it's not wanting better for you don't mean I want you to have, instead of 100 likes, 1,000,000 likes. That's not how it works. Unless you're doing something positive. Here's what it is. This segment, you won't believe this, is brought to you by.
So shout out to my beautiful wife as always. Love you, baby. Check out her pages. Yanni like mine, Traces like mine, and you can also check out Mink Men's. Go www.wasteddesires.com. Waist beads, anklets, bracelets, all those different type of things. Check them out. They are doing very well. They did a pop-up last night. Did very well. They come to all different types of spaces. You know, I promote them because it's a quality product and because she's my wife. You know, I'm going to always lift up mine and push her to be the best she can. So, check them out on Facebook, Instagram.
All right. Tyler Bailey, Luxury Clothes by Luxury Guy. Wiggle Man, also my cousin. Call him Mike like his mama do. He got a podcast, State of Being. If you want to go check him out, I hope you do. It's quality material. If you don't like what you see, give him another listen. I'm sure you will eventually. Also, don't forget something for the people. So there's something, the number 4, DA People podcast. If you're on YouTube,
actually, it's everywhere. Yeah. Something for the DA People. We're on everything. Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on iTunes, we're on Stitcher, we're on
you name it, we there.
That's you name it. That's what we're gonna say. So anything you name.
That being said, we're gonna jump on into a UVA shooting. 3 football players killed, 2 students wounded, and the suspect is currently in custody. Did they explain why? Or do they have a motive?
They don't have a motive why. Like, they're still trying to figure out what the motive is. Person just went to the university, just randomly picked out a couple people and started shooting. And my thing is, what is going on with mental health of people? Like, I understood at certain points when they were bullying people. But at certain points in time, I'm like, when do we get to a point where it's just like, it's another shooting? It's Tuesday. Oh, somebody got shot here. Oh, it's Wednesday. Somebody got shot here.
Right.
Oh, Friday. Oh, somebody else got shot. And I'm like, when we going to get to this point where, hey, maybe we should leave these guns alone, and how about we just, talk it out? How about we fight it out?
Bro,
whatever happened to a good fist fight?
That's the problem. Nobody. Like, I hope we go back to fist fights, man. And I know people be talking about we shouldn't be fighting in school. We shouldn't be shooting in school. If fighting is the alternative to being shot up, please, I would like y'all to go right back to fighting in school. Please do that, because what happens with fighting, the likelihood that you gonna go home is far higher.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The casualty is far less. The damn is a lot. It's a lot of people not crying. A lot of babies
Man,
not gone. That's what
I'd
I'm
rather
saying.
us just start putting boxing rings in the gym or something.
Might
Hey,
as
you
well.
got issue?
Come on.
Come on, let's
And
go
we
and
can,
take care
and
of
that
this.
way we can have it set up to where, look, y'all got a problem, y'all gonna box. We can set up a time. You already know at 3 whatever time we show up at the gym. We gonna allow everybody who can get their little palms on their phones to videotape it, so you can live. This moment can live forever with you, okay? Because that's what you want. They're gonna record you anyway. So at least you need to be in a situation. I feel like at this point you said something pivotal, like top notch right there. We can put you at least in a safe position. We get
Yeah,
you
this
some
is like
gloves.
something. Like,
You'll be good.
like it's just, we're taking it to this. If somebody gets killed, there's no return for that person. There ain't no resurrection right now. If God come back and resurrect, cool. But he ain't doing that right this second.
Right.
So let's stop all the nonsense. Oh, you got that much of an issue. Hey, get your weight game up. Hey, next week, I'm going to see you. We going to fight out. Cool.
So, I mean, I'm looking at it now. They're saying they asked the question, was it bullying? All right. And they said, that's just one that consistently comes up. They don't necessarily know if that's what actually took place. It could, like,
That's what I'm saying.
we gotta.
It just sounds like a whole bunch of meaningless.
It's so much mystery around it, but I also understand. And I'm not saying but in the way to negate all the stuff I just said. What I am saying is this: to further investigate what took place, or to further expound on the conversation at hand. Look, we gotta. Bullying is a real thing. Cyberbullying took bullying to a whole nother level, because now you got little ninja bullies. Like,
yeah.
they say what they gonna. The keyboard warriors. They type what they gonna type, then they disappear from the face of the earth. And you don't know who said what, but their presence is still felt because they still said what they said. Or the person who did record the fight saw you lose, and now they posting it, but they posting it under an anonymous different alias all the time. So now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just feel like at this point, no. You know what? If the whole world wants to be social media giants and wants to be somebody important or whatever, and you want to be the one with the scoop, you want to be paparazzi, because that's what all these kids want to be, all these adults want to be, because you got your hood fights and all that. This is what we gonna do. Like you said, we gonna get some gloves. We gonna put the people in the ring. You gonna fight it out, and we gonna record it. And wherever you record it, like if you put a ring inside of a grocery store, that grocery store gets the opportunity to be prime front center with the camera, so they can get the proceeds, because you knocking over their stuff in their aisles.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. And if you are out here bullying people, man,
I don't understand what is the mean. I know they say the people that are being bullied, that are bullying people, sometimes get bullied at home.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, I understand hurt people, but
Right.
why would you want to put that hurt on someone else?
Bro, it's a power dynamic. It's always about the power, fam. At home, you have a lack of power. You have a lack of, you can't do nothing. You feel powerless and hopeless, right? So you don't want to be the only one feeling that way, and you try to go and act that energy on somebody else. So it's just a coward trying to make another coward. It's just how it works. You just want to recreate yourself. You want to clone yourself. You don't want to be the only one out here with the pain. That's how it works.
Maybe you should fix the next thing. If you're being bullied at home, maybe you should talk to someone. If it's your parents bullying you, maybe you should. I look at it like this. I'm always trying to get a better circumstance, trying to figure out a better way of doing things. Like, if you're being abused, why would you want to stay in abuse just to be say I'm at home? I'd rather try to find some other place that's not gonna abuse me.
But
And what I'm
that's a
saying like
sticky
this is
wick.
I I'm not saying that it's easy for these things, but there's always people set up and out here to help
Right. But
before
that's
it
the
gets to
that's the
that point.
thing. That's the thing. When you start places that get a bad reputation on television, or your little homes for children,
Mm-hmm.
like they get a bad reputation. Adoption agencies get a bad reputation. You send somebody to the adoption, they get adopted by somebody. The family they got now is 10 times worse than the family they had, and that's what the TV portraying. Not saying that I don't know. I'm not that entrenched or in depth with the social worker lifestyle or the like I said the homes for kids. I don't know, but I'm speaking from what I've seen via television, what I've heard through the news cycles. It's like a lose battle. I lead these people, I can end up with somebody who really trying to take my life. Then, like, just take into the mind the psyche of a child like that, man. I left this situation where I was getting bullied and beat on, went to another situation where it should be totally new, and now these people beating on me too. Is it me? Because that's the question the question has to be asked. What makes them feel like I'm this vulnerable? Or if the school was getting bullied, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who can tell where this child's been, all the schools he's been to, the people he's dealt with? If he's always the butt of the joke, okay, I'm tired of being that.
But my thing is, I guess how I look at it is there's someone that can help.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to find the right one to help.
You're a kid,
And yes, you're a child. And that's why I always tell a lot of people, you know, hey, be careful who you're talking to because you never may know who or what they're going through.
man. Right.
Like, but the thing is, if you never say nothing and you suffer in silence, how can someone help?
Right.
But then, if you suffer in silence and decide, hey, today I'm going to take it out on whoever's around, like, at least, and I hate to say it in such an ignorant way or whatever, but a lot of times when they go after they don't even get the person they were trying to get.
Yeah.
The person they need to get. They get innocent bystanders.
Right.
And that's the issue. I'm like, bruh, if I had that much issue, it is not right for you to do violence, take violent action, or anything like that.
Right.
But if you were going to get the person, get the right person.
Right. But we gotta start. We have to ask ourselves the real question. If our children are going out here and their objective is to seek and destroy, other kids, whether it be with the guns or originally just with the bullying, we gotta find a way to where, nah, this ain't how y'all gonna move. Y'all not gonna do that.
I would rather have them have a safe haven to actually be able to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Like something that can help you. I wish, like, if I was a billionaire, I would love to make a home where a true home where it actually helps troubled youth.
Right.
But you need a lot of financial backing for certain things like that.
And at the end of the day, what I've learned from just getting older, people don't care, fam.
Yeah.
Some do, but the people who do, like
The
I
people
said,
that can make
you stretch
changes.
so thin. You already stretched thin.
Yeah.
You trying to lift up. Now we pushing boulders into the sky. I can't
Yeah.
take everybody.
Like the people that can truly want to make changes
Mm-hmm.
can't make the changes because they don't have the finance to. And the
Finance or the
people
bank.
that have the finance don't want to make the changes.
But the reason they got the finance is because they stopped trying to make that change. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Every majority of the people you meet who reach the top of their social ladder always talk about the people they left behind. Troubled people are the people they leave behind. It's just how it is. So now that you've left all these people behind, you ain't got nobody to really worry about but you. Yeah, it's easier to move.
Mm.
So I'm not, and don't think I'm just trying to shoot a shot at people who make money. Don't look at it like R.B. Hunt saying money is the root to all evil. That is absolutely false. What I am telling you is this: if you trying to move in a certain way, it's some people who you ain't gonna be able to help. What I'm saying is, once you get where you going, it's okay to look back and be like, all right, well, are there some people that even though I couldn't help them on the ride up, maybe I can make it just a little bit easier for you on that end. Maybe it ain't nothing but a youth center. Just somewhere you can go.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be at home where the bully is. If that's all I can do, then let me just throw the YMCA right there by. I built the youth center over there. You got free memberships. It's a gym, it's a ball, you can do something else, clear your mind if nothing else.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, but even with that, I don't know how you reach the higher levels and then how do you reach back. I don't know the avenues in which to properly reach back down to assist people. Because if you're talking about mentor programs, I got to figure out how beneficial they are to, what it is. How do we do it? That's my main question. How do we do it? We went to see Black Panther. What were your thoughts?
So, honestly, I had mixed reviews on Black Panther. Don't get me wrong. The first Black Panther was epic. It was
Mhm.
it was something magical in every way. Everything about the movie I liked. The second Black Panther, I realized that they were trying hard to fill the shoes and the missing of Chadwick Boseman.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect that.
Mhm.
But I do feel that they lacked on certain things in the movie.
Like what?
Like, for example, strong black male presence
Mhm.
in a whole country that on the first one we saw, there were men and women.
Mhm.
But on the second one, you didn't see too many males in Black Panther 2,
Okay.
Wakanda Forever. Another thing that I felt was they kind of, like the plot to the movie, I felt that they didn't think hard enough on the plot because I'm not trying to spoil it for anyone if you haven't seen it. But I'm just saying, in the beginning, you're not going to tell me the heart-shaped herb dissipated because at no point in time had it ever said that. They have you drink the potion of the to take the power of the Black Panther out of you
Mhm.
because they want it to be a fair fight. Because if you got the superpowers and everything like that, it's not going to be a fair fight to anybody else. I
Mhm.
punch you one time, you go over the waterfall.
Right.
So that was the only point in time it dissipate out of you is once you drink the power would drain out of you, and you would have to take the heart-shaped herb again in order for you to actually
All right.
get the power.
That's what I'm saying. In regards to that, this is a spoiler alert. At this point, if you have to turn on my podcast to save yourself, cool. If you don't,
Oh, we're going there? Okay.
Because I can't have a conversation with
Okay.
you unless I do it for real.
Okay.
So it was a 6-year time that has spanned from you know to T'Challa in the situation altogether. From the last fight they had with M'Baku or Killmonger and all that, right?
Okay.
So from that point on, anybody who challenged the throne, well, you run the risk of us losing the Black Panther, right?
Yes.
So how can we say that from a 6-year time span that nobody challenged the throne?
How do
6
we know
years
that
passed.
someone actually did? Because the thing was, when King died,
Uh-huh.
that's when you were able to do the challenge. You didn't just like the only person.
No.
The only person that actually challenged was of royal blood, and that was Killmonger.
Mhm.
That was the only person that ever challenged after the challenge because he was of royal blood, so he wanted to challenge his birthright. You remember?
Yeah.
So that's where that challenge came from. All the other challenges was after a king died. When T'Challa's T'Chaka died, that's why he did that challenge, was because the king died, and in order for the new king to be placed, all the tribes had to agree on it. So that's when what's his name?
M'Baku.
Yeah, M'Baku was like, I want challenge for the throne because y'all have grown weak and y'all forgot about us up in the mountains and all that stuff. That's when he challenged. So after T'Challa died on Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, there should have been another fight then. It should have been.
There was.
No.
What you mean?
There was no other someone else fighting to be king.
All right. There was nobody else fighting for the mantle of Black Panther because at the time no one had the heart-shaped herb, fam. It did not exist.
So what you're saying is that the mama got it just because there was no heart-shaped herb.
No, she's the matriarch. Her son was the king. She stepped into the place to carry it on.
But if you remember in the beginning of the first on Black Panther, they said that whoever was the strongest fighter became Black Panther and the king of Wakanda. In the very beginning, when at the very beginning when it first started.
Part, but yeah, I believe
yes.
The whole you could take on the panel of Black Panther, the protector of Wakanda.
Yes,
and that's typically the king, because if we being honest, who's gonna get better training than the king? Not many people.
But then all of a sudden, okay, so we go on to this. They got a heart-shaped herb. She
made the heart-shaped herb.
Yeah, she made the heart-shaped herb,
which would make her the savior of Wakanda because we don't have a Black Panther. Now we have it. So,
but it still didn't go through the tradition that has been going on for centuries.
We didn't have
to go. You just say,
"Oh,
I don't need that. I'm gonna drink it."
We in need. We need. So you want me, while we got somebody out here flying around threatening to kill all of us if we don't do something that we feel is against what we believe, you want me to go at that point, have our ceremonial battle where somebody may or may not fight.
Okay.
Literally the whole Wakanda has been bombed and all this has been. You want me to stop then all that chaos just to have a fight, just so we can see who's gonna go fight?
So, okay, you want to say that? Okay, I'll give you that part. Afterwards, why didn't she challenge?
She did.
No,
she didn't physically challenge. M'Baku stepped in her place.
There was nobody, see, that's the thing is, we're changing it up, changing the rule, because she knew she wouldn't have won that fight.
Right.
With anyone. So she went and got the biggest dude.
No.
You
saying she went and got the biggest dude. That ain't how that operates.
The challenge on the Queen's behalf.
That was already played, because if you listen to what M'Baku was saying earlier, he's talking about the conversations he had with the king.
Yes, that he would look out for her.
I would look out for you. And I'm just saying, as the royal family, she's the last one. That's it.
She wasn't royal family by blood. She was royal family because T'Chaka won the battle, and T'Challa, his son, won the battle. That's how they were kings. That's how they became the king.
They were part of the council regardless. What you mean?
But yes, they were part of the council, but they wouldn't be the king if they didn't do the challenge. Shuri became the queen and the Black Panther without even doing any challenges.
The challenge that is greater than all the challenges is to give us the position to even have the challenge. I brought you the heart-shaped herb, fam. I brought it back. If she decided, I'm done, what y'all gonna do? So she's the only one who can produce it.
So, and my thing is, before anyone thinks that I'm saying just because she's a woman, that I don't think she should have been Black Panther. No, I say she shouldn't have been Black Panther because she was ill-equipped to handle the mantle. She ain't fought one time in her life.
That's false.
She didn't.
Fought in Black Panther 1.
What did she do? Oh, she shot them little discs.
Hey.
She didn't kick a person. She didn't punch a person.
What I'm
She didn't touch a
telling you-
person.
what I'm telling you
Now,
is
but she
was
shot the
in
little
battle.
disc. That's what she did. Then on top of that too, like, and as far as her maturity, she was like 16, 17 in the movie.
Mhm.
So 16, 17-year-old going to rule the entire kingdom of Wakanda just because it's her royal right. But
Hey, now you
16, 17? 16, 17. Now,
like that's not irrational to believe they do that. The pharaohs did that all the time. Like that's norm.
okay. So if we talking about like that, you don't think Okoye should have been a better?
Could have been, but she
Should have.
She left, and she had a reason why she left. What are you talking about?
No,
Yes, she did.
she didn't have a reason. The queen forced her to leave.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes, in the movie, bruh.
You didn't hear the conversation she had with the girl at the end. She said, "Oh, has the queen met her?" Yeah, the queen met her. T'Challa thought it would be best if we raised our son outside the kingdom because of the pressures of
No,
being a king.
I apologize now, Corey. The other one, the general.
I forgot. I know what you're talking about now. Okay,
Yes.
her.
Now,
Do I
be
feel like
honest.
she would have been? But
In every way, she would have been better. She had the
She-
skill.
she
She
had
had
the
the
skill.
actual wisdom.
She had
She
the
had
wisdom.
like.
But at the
She
same
had the
time,
knowledge
she
versus a 16-year-old
you
girl.
have to understand mentally she had agreed and stayed in a level of servitude to said position. I served the king, and she found pride in that. So I can't knock you for finding pride in that.
But my thing, what I'm saying
and
is,
she also, it's a new day. It's a new. She was somebody. You say she's prepared, but she's really not.
actually she was, because she was willing to sacrifice her husband, as they said in the movie, and she even said that too. She was willing to kill her husband for the kingdom
But
of
what
Wakanda.
what you gotta understand is, just like the queen said, you said you willing to risk your. I risked I lost my son. I lost my husband.
That's
now
their
I've lost
job.
my daughter. That's her job.
No,
Your job
no.
is to protect the king. Your job is to protect the royal family. That's what you do. You are not here to be the Black Panther. We gonna get one of those. You ain't that person.
But that makes no sense.
That does make sense.
Because if you were the Black Panther, which is what? The protector of Wakanda.
Mhm.
So why wouldn't you make the one of the, at least let her even try, one of the fiercest warriors in Wakanda?
Mhm.
Why wouldn't you have at least let her try for the mantle?
But you gotta understand, she was avidly against technology, like change. She was,
And what
No.
happened in the movie? She changed.
she was forced to because she had somebody who said, "Look, I need you." She moves with ease when she's in, like someone needs her. You know
The
what I'm saying?
kingdom needed her.
The kingdom needed her, but okay, I got these new spears. No. We use the old spears. The old spears been working. We gonna keep using those.
Yes.
She mentally would not be capable of taking Wakanda where it needed to go, and that's what they saying. You would be an amazing Black Panther, but you would be a horrible queen. Why? Because you.
But you just got through saying that the queen didn't have to be the Black Panther.
That's true.
So then, what we talking about here? Because
No.
if she's
You
the
the
Black
one
Panther,
keep tying these
but
things
that's what
together.
I'm saying. So you said that, and not tying it together. Then okay, untie it. She's not.
All right.
She's
So if
the
you
queen,
wish to,
and
you wish to untie it, okay. So now you finna take this woman who's I'm deadly with this spear, and I've been working with this spear for at least a decade, I'm sure.
yeah,
And now we finna go put you in the Black Panther suit that is not the original. Like it's nanobots, is this, is that, it's built. The person who built the new suit is technically wearing the new suit, so I know fully what it's capable of. Like I know all that.
but that's okay. So T'Challa, he didn't know everything about everything in the suit. But
I'm with my sister. She's gonna tell me.
then why wouldn't she tell the other one that See, do you see
you
the
trying
holes in yours?
There's not holes
There
in
are
it.
holes, bro.
What I'm trying to explain to you, what you really don't, what you not picking up on, I'm gonna say it to you as plain as I can. The woman that you wanted to put in a position to be that person was already doing it her way. She don't. I'm not coming here to be the Black Panther. I'm who I am. I work with my spirit. I do it this way. I don't want to. I'm not gonna take the heart shape herb. I don't like change. So she
but
wanted to
she
stay
changed.
subservient to. Because if you think about it, with your argument, and why I would find cause for, like I said, the holes, the visible holes from my point of view.
Okay.
Okay, Killmonger just walked into your space, right? And he challenged for the throne, killed the king, and threw him off the side of a waterfall. Boom. Now you serve Killmonger.
Because the rules are, as the guard, you serve
You
Wakanda.
now
Wakanda.
no.
No.
Listen,
Wakanda.
listen, because I 100% agree with what you just said.
Okay.
She served Wakanda.
Yes.
She served Wakanda. She didn't have this moral high ground. She liked her position. She stayed in her position, and whoever held the higher position to her, she was in servitude to. She could not be the Black Panther because the Black Panther cannot be in servitude to people like that. I have
The
to
Black
be who I am.
Panther is in servitude to
The Black
Wakanda.
Panther is the protector and has to
Serve Wakanda.
at certain points in time.
Okay.
Let me explain it this way, and I'm gonna give it to you also clear as day. When T'Challa said we're gonna open up the borders and let people see what Wakanda really is, what we really do, all those people was against it.
Yes.
The girl with the spear, she would be like, no, we're not gonna do that. There's a vision that the king wants to take this. We need to take ourselves further out. Now, we finally get the point we can, but you two stuck in the old way. You can't be something. We need somebody who sees the vision and can take us to the next phase of this. She can't do that.
And okay. And you know what? I apologize, audience, because we're having this debate as if it was just us two here. So we do have to work on it. But I will say this one thing real quick.
Okay.
Honestly, I think they should recast it T'Challa. And the reason I say they should recast it T'Challa, because yes, Chadwick Boseman died, and it's a shame, and it's sad that he died. I wish he would have never died. But what the idea of Black Panther meant to young little boys, young little black boys, like basically you took that from them and gave that to somebody else. And before you say that, oh, anyone can be Black Panther, yes, anyone can be Black Panther. But what about the idea of these young boys finding a strong black role model that's not gangster, that's not anything else, but actually not the sidekick that nobody even care about.
Okay.
But actually, he like symbolizes, hey, a strong black male figure.
So I took it a different way, and the reason why I'm probably not as upset about Black Panther 2 or the non-recasting of T'Challa as you are, because one, I looked at the movie, yeah, it's called Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever, and I just feel like, okay, they're showing you a civilization of people who had to move on after the king is passed, right?
Yeah.
But they had to show you a juxtaposition to what is. When you saw Namor had been there for a long time. He's holding his mantle, and they're just showing you that's what a kingdom looks like when the king is gone. And this is what these people have. So the same way those people are mourning, those people are lost, and those people need it created a stronger contrast when you got Namor over here, and he's like, no, this is what I'm going to do for my people. It's showing you just a different way of seeing. It's like it's hard to know night from day if you don't have night or you don't have day. Like if one of them is missing, you don't get it. So you understand the importance of Namor to his people because you see the turmoil that Wakanda is in because their king is gone.
Yes.
So in order for you to make that story and make it as epic and as real as you did, I found I was like, I accept the compromise. Hey, let's not recast him at least for this one, so that we can bring a more robust, a more fleshed out villain to the. Because, and I don't even want to call him a villain because his mindset in my world, he's just doing it for his people. He's doing what kings have to do. He's doing what men have to do. I don't. At certain points, I can't compromise with you, man, because my people need me. You saw it was a beautiful scene they got where the ball of vibranium came up and it posed as like a sun for the people. He was like, look what I gave my people. He's like, I'm willing to give my people the sun. You don't think I'm willing to kill this little girl over here? These are my people. This is who I care about. Just like Wakanda do, because they got the whole, it's camouflage. We out here, we were separated. Chadwick Boseman was the only reason y'all was coming out. T'Chaka was the only reason y'all was coming out and even being a part of the world. I know I've been here. They ain't even seen what them people do. I've seen it. I was a kid when they was doing what they was doing. So no, my people need to be protected. And if my people being protected means I gotta kill your people, then that's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm sorry that it is that way, but that's what I'll do. That's why I had no issue with it. I was like, yeah. And now when it comes to Wakanda, like you lost your king instantly, coming back, women is like. You got people out here lying to you. They pretty much hit Wakanda with the mechanic. You know what I'm saying? You need to trade with us this vibranium because you don't know what you're doing. This, that, da, 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 da. And she was like, no. I'm inclined. I'm just as capable as the king of dealing with diplomatic issues. You sent people over here to rob the vibranium from me, and now you sit here in my face and want to lie to me. No, just because he's gone don't mean that we. And that's a story that's been told in countless black households across the world. The father is gone to prison. The mother feels like I got to step up and step in. But what I did also appreciate, and I'm going to leave it at this and let you go, was the fact that at no point in the movie did they not let the people express how they felt because the king was gone. I feel like they would Coogler was giving a lesson on how to cope and move on without slandering the name, without lessening or making no. Hey, it's okay to be hurt. You lost your brother. You should be hurt. That don't stop this what has to go on. We still got to move forward. So I just feel like the contrast. What you have an issue with is the contrast with you saying. There's so many men that weren't there or didn't step up or didn't have prominent roles in this movie.
Because
but I had to show it that way just so I could show you the real strength of it using Namor. That's how I felt artistically.
Well, my thing is the fact of the matter is that I do realize there are strong women out here, but everything is not always good. I guess why I'm trying to make sure I word this correctly. My thing is, yes, I understand it was strong, and yes, there were women that needed to step up and do things, but that doesn't mean you downcast the males in there. Other than M'Baku, who could you name in there?
No.
Who did you really even see fight? You saw all the men jumping off there with the sirens and everything.
Right.
And they were all dying. You didn't see no masculine male figure other than Baku.
Mm-hmm.
And then he
and
caught
Namor.
one in the oh, my bad. Namor for his people.
And his generals.
For his people. Now, for the black household.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we could say Wakanda. For the black household, how many males did you see stand up, fight, or anything? Because
they were nameless, but they were there.
They all died. They all fell. All of them except the ones that the ladies were like, cover your ears when they stopped them.
Right.
Everybody else, all the other males that were about to get on the gunships and everything, walked off and died.
Right.
So my issue with that is, if you would have had a mixture of all, then I'm like, okay, cool.
If you would have had a
Now,
mixture of all, you would have, in my opinion,
the embodiment of a black family, what it should strive to be more like.
That's what they trying to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. What you're upset with, you should praise, and the reason I say you should praise it is because what they showed is when the black male is missing from the household, everybody's hurt. For the first time in cinema history, as far as I know, as far as the movies I've seen, we saw how detrimental the loss of a father is to a family. Only difference they did it was they did it a king to his kingdom. That's it. Everybody's gonna hurt. Everybody got to step up. It becomes heavy now. Everybody, when you look at the movie, you understand why the queen had to take on a certain role, the guard had to take on a certain role, but all the roles that everybody was taking on was carried and shouldered by one man. The queen had to step up and be diplomatic, but before that, T'Challa did that. The guard had to step up and protect the vibranium, but before that, T'Challa did that. The people needed somebody to look up to care for everybody. Y'all gotta care for yourselves. Why? The king used to do it, but now he's not here to do it. That's what I'm saying.
And do you think now? My honest question, then we go and jump to the next one. Okay, do you think that was depicted? Like everybody got that, or did they just notice it was a lot of dudes dying and the women end up being like super strong and all this, and we ain't gonna get into the whole Sherry thing because I honestly do not.
No, we could. I mean,
nah, because it's gonna take too long.
Understood.
But honestly, do you think that the world saw that? Because
I feel like
from a lot of reviews I saw, they gave props to Chadwick Boseman and paying homage to him, and everybody says that hands down. That I've never heard one bad thing about that. But when they talk about character development for certain people, and then when they talk about actual depiction of certain roles in civilization from the first one to the second one, I've heard a lot of people say that it's lacking.
It's lacking, but I'm not even gonna say but. It's lacking, and their reason as to why it's lacking is because it's something new. You ain't seen this. How can you see something you never seen before and accurately describe it? You can't. You have to really sit back and think about it. It takes a minute. I guarantee you, today, they talking about got all these mixed reviews and all these people, but as time progresses and people really look back on the film and see exactly what took place, because a lot of people are like, they're just preaching women empowerment. No, they're just talking about people who lost and they have to rebuild from loss. You saw it's a pivotal point in that movie where M'Baku is saying they call him
Kukulkan.
They call him Kukulkan, the serpent god. That's their god. If you take him from them, when he was talking to Siri, if you take him from them, you destroy the whole people. They'll never stop fighting. We'll be fighting them. I'm thinking about my kids. We will be fighting them to the end of time. We will be mortal enemies forever. Because you took their God away. And they talking about another man. He's like, you taking their God away. It's not the same. If they took the Black Panther and made the Black Panther had died at the hands of somebody, he's saying if the Black Panther had died at the hands of some man, think about T'Challa when they blew up the little place and he thought it was the Winter Soldier. Nothing. I don't care. He ran through the building. He jumped off buildings. He did everything in his. I'm going to kill that man and anybody associated with him because that's my king. You took him from us. So it's like it's different. And then Killmonger hit you with the line. He told you what it really like when he spoke. It was next level. The king, T'Chaka, was corrupt. It is what it is. Like, you know. And your brother, he was too good to be king. You should. Good people being king is it's hard to do. He's too noble. You gonna have to play the fin. You got to figure out what you want to be. And he was like, you can say what you want about me, but I was doing it for my people. And even though people disagree with how I moved the way I wanted to move. And I moved, and it is what it is. You see, I got it done. What I was trying to do, I got it done. And you see how Siri went out there? She went out there a different person.
That still don't make you strong or the fighter.
The heart-shaped bird gave her the power, fam. It's too late.
It's still.
But then you also, and I feel like there's redemptive quality just for the people who don't want to see it the way that I saw. Hey, look, he got a whole nother kid named T'Challa, and he's been raised up outside the kingdom to be reintroduced to the kingdom of Wakanda once he comes of age, and he can be the new Black Panther. Because they saying, I don't want to just. I appreciate they didn't do the little cheat thing where you wake up and then Don Cheadle's in your seat.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what it is.
What the?
We ain't gonna do no. It's not disrespectful. It's all respect. When the next person who's called T'Challa will just, it's understood that that's his son. That's when we recast him. It's his son. It's not the same one.
It's gonna be kind of hard though because you know how many years gonna have to pass?
6 years passed in what? How many?
What?
The
first
boy
one
was
came out in
already
2018.
Yeah, the boy was already.
So he's 6 now.
Cinematic time. Wakanda could have moved forward. Siri could be the king. I mean, not the king, but the queen at this point. The guard is doing what the guard's doing with the protection, and that boy could be 16.
They gonna all look.
That boy could
they
be
all
16.
Gonna look.
He could
they all
be
gonna
16.
look the same age, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
What
I
you
mean,
mean?
that's what you're gonna do.
It's not what I'm gonna do. That's what's gonna happen.
On to the next one.
Could be. I'm just saying, you know how cinematic.
Go
Kyrie,
watch Black Panther forever.
Yeah, go watch it. And like I said, if you don't agree,
tell us what you think.
You know, I feel like I said, cinematically, or first of all, if Namor doesn't become some form of hero on his own, because I'm like that. I feel like he alone made Black Panther 2 what it was, man. Because how he moved, it gave me the feeling of Black Panther 1. I was like, that's how it's for my people. When you got a villain that I can't even say that he's a villain, bro. I don't feel like he's not wrong. It's not 100% right, but it's definitely not wrong. When you got villains as detailed and fleshed out as that, bro, nah. You can't tell me you made a bad movie. It's impossible. Kyrie Irving was suspended and lost his Nike deal for watching a movie on Amazon.
So, what ended up happening, Kyrie Irving, he was watching a movie that was on Amazon, and he actually reposted the video. Mm-hmm. So, with him reposting the video, he received all this backlash. Mm-hmm. And numerous times, they even held a press conference over it. Kyrie Irving said, I am not anti-Semitic. I believe everyone, I don't believe no race is better than the other. But they wanted him to say, oh, yes, like he apologized for it and things of that nature, which I don't think he should have apologized for it. Because he didn't do anything wrong.
Oh. What I will say is this: Kyrie Irving was already about to get kicked off Nike long before he did anything anti-Semitic. Like his tweets from the past, they had already spoke about cutting ties with Kyrie Irving long before he did this
But they
Amazon thing.
didn't.
No, it was in process of happening. Like, don't get me wrong, do I feel like this expedited? But multiple, I'm not gonna call them antics because if I call them antics, that's a negative connotation on how he moving. I like with the vaccine. Hey, if you don't know what's in it and you don't want to put it in your body, I'm not gonna be the guy who tell you gotta go do that. Me, I took the vaccine, easy. That's how. But I did it because I feel like I was protecting my people. But in his world, he didn't feel like taking that, and he stood by that. Boom, is what it is. But at the same time, you got organizations and all that who got their viewpoints on it.
Okay.
So, hey,
So the
I
fact
stood
that
behind it.
his job, like, it doesn't say in his contract he has to take any vaccine
True.
that they say. So that's an issue right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're going to come at Kyrie Irving about how come nobody came at Jeff Bezos for even having it on Amazon.
I mean, when you got a platform and you got a multi-billion-dollar company, it's like, okay, come at me how? I mean, granted, we can sit back and say, oh, you can get the Kanye treatment, but can you really give me the Kanye treatment? Because it's understood. It's not personal. Amazon places stuff on Amazon Prime in the Prime Video section. I don't believe in everything. I'm sure if you go on there, they got something talking about aliens. I don't know if that man believe in aliens or not.
So Netflix did the Jeffrey Dahmer thing,
Uh-huh.
and let's say somebody posted the thing on Jeffrey Dahmer, it would be the equivalent of them getting fired from their job because they were saying something about homosexuality and violence against them.
What I'm saying is this. Nike just used that to, like I said, expedite the process, but the man was already losing the Nike contract.
So how was he? What did he actually do?
We can look it up for.
No,
like,
I mean I'm just curious because you said that
he
you said he was already losing.
He was already losing that. That was already in the works. They was
Because
already talking about separating.
my issue was that him reposting something, he didn't even comment on it. But him reposting something got him suspended. And then everybody else got on there talking bad about him. Shaq, LeBron, what's his name?
I would say that that's distasteful.
And I'm like, hold up. So when everybody else was doing their antics, doing ignorant things, because Shaq and his cheating scandals and all that stuff, he was quiet then. Charles Barkley. Him throwing people through windows and all that stuff. And LeBron with the China incident. Y'all very quiet, but y'all are so quick to speak up and say, the NBA is so right for what they did because of that.
Well, one, if Kyrie needs to be upset with anybody, it's with Kanye for creating this little moment of anti-Semitic like pressure, like he's got everybody in the anti-Semitic world on high alert. That's how it worked. You created this moment, and now when got Kanye,
we're trying to get everybody,
and that's what I'm saying. You already but that's like the Me Too movement. Okay, yeah. So much so to where don't get me confused. Terry Crews said what he said and did what he did, but he had good purpose. If somebody trying to violate you, even if you're a muscle-bound man who could probably put somebody in the concrete with great ease, but still, you can utilize the Me Too movement to, further your viewpoints as well, as far as, like I said, Terry Crews going on. But when the Me Too movement was alive and well, people was able to just utilize that to get their point across, and a lot of people got thrown to the wolves for that. R. Kelly got thrown to the wolves. Bill Cosby got thrown to the wolves. Dude from Fat Farm.
Oh, Russell Simmons.
Russell Simmons got
But
a
then
lot of
Russell
people got
Simmons, they came back and found out people lying on Russell Simmons.
right, and that's what I'm saying. All they got that energy was put out there, and a lot of people fell victim to it. Even though for some people like Russell Simmons, that ain't what took place. That ain't how it happened. He wasn't moving like somebody doing it. That ain't what I do. So what I'm saying is, in Kyrie's situation, Kanye West put the energy out there, the anti-Semitic energy out there, and now they on high alert anybody, and they just trying to, knock out their brush fires. And then we backdoor and say, well, you trying to tell us it's just like beating the buck. Like you show up, now you whooping the biggest slave, so nobody else want to cross you again, and that's what it looks like to us. So I'm like, it's just two cultures clashing.
Because that's technically what it is.
It's not technically what it is. That's exactly what it is.
I mean, and that's my issue with it, is because of the fact that everybody's trying to come against him on it, and for me, it gets suspended by me reposting something or sending out a tweet. Let's be real. Everybody, if you have social media, you said something that somebody found offensive.
Right.
Everybody. But yet they like, he didn't even post it. He didn't make no comments say, man, y'all better watch this movie. This movie's super deep. He just reposted it.
Right. But what I'm telling you is, I gotta go look it up. I'll definitely look it up and find it. But he made posts in the past about other things that weren't necessarily anti-Semitic, and that's what already put him and Nike at what to do as far as splitting.
I mean, the things I've heard about Kyrie Irving, he's one of the biggest givers out there, helping everyone.
I'm sure,
like the WNBA.
Right.
He given 1.5 million just for their salaries, because he wants them to know that, hey, I want y'all to know that y'all are doing something well. I want to help y'all out. Like, things that he's not even part of the cause.
What I'm going to say on that is, don't get me wrong, shout out to Kyrie for doing that. More people could if you chose to, but just because you charitable don't mean... Hitler showed up and he did what he did, but I'm sure to the people who believed in what he believed, he was charitable too.
But you wouldn't be able to even put them in the same category.
I shouldn't. I definitely should not.
Yes.
Kyrie Irving is nowhere near Hitler, but I had to do. It's hard for people to make points without giving you the most,
the extreme.
The extreme. I have to put you in the extreme so you can understand the mindset.
But
just because somebody's charitable does not make them a mark. Like, it don't make you somebody great. Like, it is what it is. I'm not saying that he's not great in his own way, but what I will say is this. If we're trying to say that Nike removed him from it because of the anti-Semitic, I just feel like if Nike had never said that, they was already en route to doing that. It's already been posted.
Well, I'm curious. I'm just curious. I would like to see all these things before this date. You can't say on the day, we were already going to do it.
No.
This.
I feel like it was cheap that they said because of the anti-Semitic comments. I feel like that's just like, let me attack you with that. But in reality, that wasn't your issue. That's not your issue with Kyrie Irving.
Yes.
Like, could you lump that on top as an additional reason? But you shouldn't make that the spearhead to where you... No, that's false.
I think their
true.
issue with Kyrie Irving is they can't control him like they can do other people.
No, it's not about control. Well, it could be, but I honestly don't feel like it's about a control situation. Now, when it come back to the whole LeBron James and the other people, I feel like that's problematic. Because just because you see me in a fight with somebody else, I don't need you to be the Me Too or the hype man behind it. No. This is me. This is what I'm doing. Sit back, chill. When we finish talking, then that's us. Because contracts with corporations, those are relationships.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do domestics. I'm going to step out of your business. You know what I'm saying? Shaquille O'Neal, granted, I'm sure him and Kobe was in a good space before Kobe had unfortunately passed. But at the same time, hey, Shaquille O'Neal and his wife is their situation, and
she know he on the road with women, but now you done put it all out, and now she got a truck. So now I'm sure Shaquille didn't like Kobe speaking on his situation.
But
Now
yet,
you finna jump in here and start speaking. That's why I'm like, you can't do that. As far as I'm concerned, the best person who ever did an interview in relation to something that he ain't got nothing to talk about was NBA YoungBoy. They asked him about Nipsey Hussle. He said, I don't know nothing about Nipsey Hussle. Look, condolences to his family, but I don't know him like that. I ain't finna get he and start speaking on that man's situation. He walked off. That's exactly how you move. Hey, Kyrie about to lose. Hey, here's what it is. I ain't got nothing to speak on that. If we ain't gonna talk about me, cause what we here to talk about right now. We ain't here to talk about these sports. Okay. We can move on to the next question. I don't know nothing about what that is about. And like I said, if you go back and they got previous tweets, they got a whole thread telling you this is where this, and he was talking about Nike and he was this, that, and the third. This is just the straw that broke the camel back. This is the dagger, but the internal bleeding was what killed you. It's not.
I guess so. I mean, I'm gonna have to look up more.
Yeah, go look it up.
Because I haven't seen that.
It's there. That's all there. I'm telling you. When you see it, you'll say they was already on the road to Splitsville. And then this is just something like, oh, and by the way, stop being racist. And just kept going down the road. That's how it happened. But I'm not, like I said, when it comes to the whole Kyrie and I don't know if reposting something about a video or movie could be considered anti-Semitic because the creator of said movie should already have been called that, if we being honest, in my opinion. So, just because I ingest some material visually does not mean that I agree with all that it comes with it.
The fact that they're looking at it as he's not a grown man able to differentiate the difference between what he feels is correct and what he feels is not correct.
Right.
So you're mad because he reposted something. He got suspended from his job for reposting something. Movie.
They already upset with him. They already upset you ain't got your vaccination and you gonna sit courtside. You got this to say about us. You got that to say about it.
I paid for my seat. It's like you telling me, oh, well, bro, you can't play in the game. Okay, I ain't got to play in the game. Okay, I'm going to buy a seat. I'm going to be on court. What's the issue? Obviously, you didn't put it up here and say no spectators can come in unless they have their vaccination card.
Right.
You just mad because I got over on you.
But what it's saying is, look, I want you to get the vaccination. We know you ain't gonna get the vaccination. It is what it is. And as far as I know, he couldn't play home games.
Yeah.
Right. So you can't play home games because it's outside of me as an organization. It's outside of my control. You can't play games in New York because I don't make all the rules. I literally just make sure the players get to the game. So as a team, you combat me, but you need to be combating your congressman. That's who got you in this situation. I'm just following orders. It is what it is. Now, when we go out of state,
what other job said that you couldn't come to work if you didn't get a vaccination? Because I know at one point in time they were trying to do that, but
it was unconstitutional.
Yes. So you're doing the same thing, and you did the same thing to the man, which is unconstitutional.
Right. But you did the same thing to the man, but what you did was it's isolated. It's only in New York, fam. It's only...
But this is my job.
That's your job, yeah.
It's unconstitutional.
I agree.
So you violated my constitutional right.
And if he wished to go and sue his basketball team or the city of New York because they put him in such a compromised state, I would not argue with him in any way, shape, form, or fashion. I really believe, and I'm not a legal mind, by the way, so don't take that this way, but I do believe he would win.
Okay.
But outside of that, nah, him and Nike, he didn't lose his job from Nike because of that. He lost his job with Nike because him and Nike already had a bout or dispute prior to this. This was just
So this was the reason why Nike said.
No, this ain't the reason why Nike
That's
had
what
already
they said.
said. No, that's just somebody who trying to. I'm piggybacking on something to expedite the process. The process was already in place.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? That's just really what it is. I mean,
If you say so, bro.
I'm just telling you the
I
truth.
guess so.
That's what it is. I'm gonna look it up for you if I need.
Okay.
I can go.
I mean,
You know, this is what it is.
I'm just saying. I would rather you look it up and show me, and then I'll be like, okay, they actually said these things. Other than, but we ain't gotta do it right now because it's getting late and the people trying to go to bed.
Late. Why you gotta be here?
Anyways, while he's over here,
Shout out. Oh, that being said, you got anybody else you want to shout out real quick for me?
Shout out Nate Price, Grit and Grind. Shout out to Ms. Woods. She was one of the guests on here. She was telling us about her youth organization that she's trying to put together, and honestly, she's doing big things out here. I would like all y'all check her out. She's on Facebook. I do need to get her information to put on there, so I will actually have that next time, and it will be linked at the bottom below. Shout out to Aretha at Northeast Mall. She does body contouring, all those good things for men and women. Check her out. Is there anybody else?
No. I mean, D-Mac here, barber. He cut.
Yeah. So shout out D-Mac, all that good stuff. Also, like, subscribe, share the podcast. If there's things you want to say, feel free to comment below. It's on YouTube, it's on Facebook, it's on Instagram, it's on basically everything. We're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Spotify, Stitcher, everything. So, check us out.
All right. This has been another episode. I'm going to get that information on Kyrie. Outside of that, like I said,